get into it. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea who Buffy the Vampire Slayer is. I only know who Blade is.
The Vampire Slayer.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Is that fiction? The guy who dances and does stuff with
They're
karate
known
swords?
by many names. Revenant, Vortala, Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day.
I think Blade is gonna win,
Blade.
but yeah, that is really
Is
biased
that
because I
really
like
his
Blade.
costume?
Hang on.
Now
'Cause
there's
he's
a
black,
man who doesn't file his
he has a
taxes.
katana,
Blade is one of the
he kills
coolest
vampires,
superheroes
and he's
ever,
black.
and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires
Hey, Ninja.
exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade doesn't need
Ninja
anyone's help.
Spicoli.
He'll just aura
How's your
farm
day
by
going, bro?
himself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A damn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of
man?
their weaknesses like
I'm
garlic,
doing
holy
fine, I'm doing
water, or
fine.
sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage
I
of
forgot to put the
vampire
chat on the
hunter
screen,
Jamal
but whatever.
Lafari,
I'll just read it from
sharpening
here.
him into a blade that would rape the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stadt's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
I didn't know
After
that.
studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is
I
Krav
never
Maga,
played
we
Rufus,
know he's
ever.
mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at
Oh, I
Snipes'
love Wesley
training and
Snipes, bro.
choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, kickboxing, Shotokan karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right there!
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and
Oh, you
personal with
bro.
his dual
Blade has to be
S-etched
the best
titanium
DPS in Marvel
katanas.
Rivals, bro.
Speaking of
He's
glorious
actually so
Nippon
tough.
steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium, a variant of the metal that is mass producible.
It may not be quite as
I
strong
wonder
as
what's
Cap's
stronger,
shield, but it can
adamantium
cut
or
right through
vibranium?
heavy hitters like
That's what I'm
Ultron and
curious
the
about.
Hulk.
I have no
Naturally,
idea.
Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah,
That's
he's
crazy.
got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does
Smash.
make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed.
That's
and
interesting.
if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out.
Holy
They
shit.
can even hurt hell lords and even greater threats like the cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100
I don't like
years.
bald
He's
Blade.
battled hordes of
I don't know
vampires
why.
while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blades even bested the spirit of vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, you know,
Yeah, if it's not their
vampires.
movies, the Avengers aren't doing
And Blade
anything.
is
You're on
scared
your
of what
own.
he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently
Not
didn't
that
hold
impressive.
a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and
Pause.
pull you up from the inside out,
Pause.
Ant-Man style.
Hey,
You
yo.
with the Ant-Man. Blade's hatred of
Pause.
vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed
How
by
old
the
is Blade?
first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
That was pretty hard.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
You know what's awesome? Being right, especially when your co-host is always wrong.
Funny, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of football season on Prize Picks. where
Hell
it's
no,
good
I
to
do
be
not
right.
gamble.
Like I
gamble,
always
bro.
am.
You're just boasting because Prize Picks makes
Gambling
it
is
easy to
not my
play.
thing.
All you gotta do is pick more or less on at least 2 players' stats. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. That's it.
Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, so you can
I'm
pick
not
the
gonna
same
lie,
player up to
the
3
past
times in the
live
same
action
lineup.
death
I'm
battles
picking more
haven't
on
been that
Josh Allen's
good.
pass
I
yards,
believe
rush
it was
yards, and
Winter
touchdowns.
Soldier
I guess
versus
I'm just a positive thinker like that.
Well,
I
I'm
forgot.
positive that you totally copied me, because I'm picking the same. You
It was
followed
Winter
me on the app and
Soldier
saw my feed
versus-
tab, didn't you?
That's right, and you can too. Download the Prize Picks app today.
Oh
and
yeah, I
use
think
code
Winter
DEATH to get
Soldier
$50
versus
in
Red Hood.
lineups after
I
you
think
play
Red
your
Hood
first
should have won
$5
that. I'm not gonna lie,
That's
that really
code
pissed me
DEATH
off.
to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup.
The
Prize
other one
Picks.
was
It's good to
Nightwing
be right.
versus Daredevil. That was a good one. But I still think Daredevil should have won.
In every
like
generation,
whoever
there is
I
a
wanna
chosen
win never
one.
wins.
She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything: Buffy and Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity.
Definitely
Buffy's only
true.
goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of
She's hot.
vampire slang, and she became so efficient that
She's very hot.
she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, all right. Along with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy,
But why
Angel,
people look so much
magical
hotter back
retcon
then?
Sister Dawn,
Like, look at her.
Xander. Buffy and her Scooby gang would battle a never
You would think people would look more attractive in movies nowadays, but back then they looked really
sure,
hot.
There's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to
She reminds me
speed
of that
read 'em
lady
all.
from
Buffy
that one
carries a
movie.
variety
Was it
of
again Kill Bill?
anti-vampire weaponry, There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi,
From what I've
kendo,
seen so far, I
capoeira,
can
and
deduce
taekwondo.
that she is not
Buffy
winning.
apparently
I'm sorry.
thinks Hong Kong's kung fu
She's
movie
hot, but I
masters
think
could learn
Blade is a
thing or
lot
two.
stronger than
No
her.
kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite
What
her
the
lack
heck?
of armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Sephrilian's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce
Yeah, I'm
people's
sorry, but these are
skeletons.
like street
She was
level
just fine.
feats.
She
I'm
might
not gonna
show
lie.
physical scars,
These
but
are
she
not
sure has
impressive
emotional
feats.
ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world.
What the
That
heck?
must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss.
Okay.
Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence! This absolutely crushed Buffy, and ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely
Respectfully,
powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a
she's
meteor and
losing.
caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square
So
kilometers
far,
of
I'm not
forest.
seeing
Or the
anything
Sorrow
that can
Demon, which
justify
caused
a win
storm
for
that
her.
blanketed Los
Let's be
Angeles.
real.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The, Slayer safe!
It's actually a Bardiche.
Yes, up,
Yeah,
Andrew.
whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer
guess that
powers
thing
and
looks
created
cool.
to defeat ancient demons. The scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even
Okay,
Silas,
that's something.
The devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse.
I mean, that thing
And
looks
there
more
goes
like a
his head.
hatchet
The
than a scythe,
is
but okay.
easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal.
That thing does not
In
look like a
effect,
scythe.
Attaining it completed Buffy.
It looks
as
like a
though it were a piece
axe
of her she never knew was
or a
missing.
hatchet.
With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Respectfully, it looks like a good story, but I would never watch or read any of this.
Hey, as you
Just
know,
based
it's
off that, like,
Skeletober.
You
ending,
mean
she died,
October?
had peace,
No,
and came
stupid,
back.
it's the
Absolutely not. I hate that.
Skeletober-celebration.
I don't get
Like,
it.
when the main character
Come on,
dies
don't
a
you watch
justified
Death
death,
Metal Cast?
and they
For the first
decide
time
to, like,
ever,
bring them
we've
back
got
alive so they
Skeletober
can
merch on the
have
Death
more
Metal
seasons to
store.
get more money. I
Wait,
hate
isn't
that.
just Skeletor?
Skeletober? Yeah, look at that head. Oh, I'm putting
Like, if
those
they have a
stickers
good
on
death, just, like,
everything.
leave them dead.
Is that a pillow? We sell pillows now? Hell yeah, I'll take 7.
You can find all that and more, including our limited desk mats that are selling pretty quick, at
Who's actually buying those,
www.deathbattle.gg. That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Happy Skeletober!
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the
Honestly,
data
don't know
through all
who went
possibilities.
It's
I
time
know,
for a
there's
live
no,
action
if
death
Blade
battle!
loses, then it's just like not justified and they just wanted the goal to win, let's be real. There's no way Blade's losing this. Based off what they just showed us, the feats, Blade's winning this. But they're probably gonna pull out some more BS like they did with the Hulk versus Godzilla fight, let's see. I'm happy to see fiction. Breathing gun, that sounds too OP, let's see. That Blade?
We were kings
It's Blade!
long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, gotten
Fiction!
waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours.
I know Fiction's loving this role, bro. I know he's loving this role.
We feast. And she that's just the start.
That was so cool. It's not a Marvel movie, but this production quality is definitely something. Ooh! Oh, this dude's ore farming. That wasn't even necessary. Oh, he's gonna have to kill her now. Yeah, bro. Oh, he's gonna have to kill her now.
Wait!
Bad move. That man right there has cut a bullet in real life. This is good choreography.
You out your damn mind?
Bro, he's piecing her up. This isn't even close. I can already tell Buffy's gonna win by the way this fight's going. Yeah, here's how it goes in Death Battle, bro. Whoever starts winning first is the one who's gonna lose. So yeah, they're definitely gonna hoe Blade. Watching this, I can definitely tell they're gonna do that. Blade hasn't gone like bloodlusted mode yet, so there's a chance they won't. But I think they are. Whoever wins first is likely to lose. They're gonna fry Blade, I'm telling you. She should not be overpowering him right now. Oh!
Amateur hour.
There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
I'm not gonna lie, her fighting stance is garbage. Like, respectfully. Oh, they're gonna, bro, Blade is cooked, bro. They're gonna pull out some girl power super ability that's gonna destroy Blade. Like, I can see it, bro. Some feminist superpower. It's coming. No! They killed the gun! Oh. Oh, yeah. Come on, bro. Blade, you got this, bro. Plot armor cannot defeat you. You're gonna win from her side, I can tell. Come on, no, come on. Have faith in Blade, bro. Have faith in Blade.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
Come on, Blade. Come on, Blade. Please. Come on. Just this once. Let it be someone I want to win. Please. Just this once. You got this. Blade hasn't gone like Berserker mode yet, I think. So I think there's still a chance. Yes. Behead her. Right there. Behead her. Cut off her head. You have a chance. Do it now. Cut off her head. What are you doing your little ninja thing for? Cut off her head. What are you waiting for? Was that sequence necessary? No. Blade, move back. Dodge. No. Blade, dodge. No! My goat. No.
It's like you got ahead of yourself.
I swear, everybody who works for Death Paddle, they all share a single brain cell. Because under no circumstance should that have happened. Aren't there like busted versions of Blade? Aren't there like celestial magic wielding versions of Blade? What just happened? No, I knew they were gonna hoe him, bro. I knew it. Oh my god. I knew they were gonna hoe him. I knew they were gonna do something.
To be Blade tenued no longer.
No.
I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston
Okay.
to the
Let's use Google no jutsu. The strongest is often considered to be the one who has absorbed. It's so rigged, it's not even funny. Known as the Daywalker. Okay. How strong is Blade in his Daywalker form? Okay then. He 1,000 pads starts to pierce through solid objects like Hulk's skin with his sword. Additionally, he has. Okay. How much can Buffy the Vampire Slayer lift? Four tons for strength. Okay then. What's the most Blade has ever lifted? 5,000 pounds. No, wait, hold on. I don't think this is, hold on. No, this is the wrong thing. Blade from Marvel has ever lifted. Blade. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's definitely lifted more than 1,000 pounds. Even Eddie Hall has lifted about 1,000 pounds. Like, let's be real here. I mean, they can't just use the strongest versions of characters in every death battle like they use in Miles Morales. There's like 20 stronger versions. Yeah, no, this shit was incredibly rigged. Like, I'm not even trying to be biased right now. I'm just saying, it just like doesn't make sense. Because I'm just saying, just from the feats that they displayed, I don't think this is right.
A bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out, though, so his versatility,
Obviously,
crossbows and
factor more personal
skill is easily Blade.
trump card.
Withstanding Blade,
Meanwhile,
even with as the ability, and will
I don't want to hear this. Who's next?
Next time on Death Battle.
Dante? Versus who?
Subscribe and
Dante versus Clive? Yo, that's about to be crazy. Dante versus Clive? Yo, that's about to go hard. Yo, that's about to go hard. Especially if they make it with the animation they did with like Ruby Rose versus Maka. Yo, that's about to be hard. Yo, I'm actually excited for that. Oh, okay, now I definitely have something else to look forward to on my calendar. Oh, that's actually tough. Alright, before the stream ends, we're gonna do one more thing, okay? Let's ask AI. Because AI has the answer to every problem in existence. Okay. Who has the blade that has to be like the biggest robbery the death battle has ever displayed? It's not even funny. Who has the greater strength feat? Blade or Buffy the Vampire Hunter? Okay. Blade has the greater strength feats. Operates close to Spider-Man level strength. Occasionally pushing the low superhuman territory, doesn't quite reach that spirit. Okay. So, realistically, who would win in a fight? Blade wins overall. Yeah. Yeah. See? Because we have AI. Stupid people like me don't have to go up and compile information. We have AI. Blade wins. Bro, AI says Blade wins. AI says Blade wins. So Death Battle is full of crap. How are they going to dispute AI? The most intellectually smartest creation in human history. Aside from me, of course. How are they going to dispute AI? Okay. No. Blade wins because I like him more and he's cool black MC. Yep, Blade wins because he's cool, because he's black, and because he's overall stronger and he's not losing to Buffy. There can only be one Blade, exactly. Now give me a paragraph as to why Blade would win. I'm gonna go ahead and post this in the Death Battle comment section so they think that I actually got the information myself and then I'm smart. And cite comics. Blade wins because he's the GOAT and because he should overall win because he's a better fighter, he's stronger, and he's faster. Boom. Haha. Blade would realistically defeat Buffy because his canon comic feats placed him well above her physical tier. In Tomb of Dracula, issue 58, the Blade Vampire Hunter 1 through 6, Blade demonstrates superhuman strength tiering through reinforced metal restraint and overpowering multiple vampires simultaneously, beings who themselves possess the strength to rip apart steel and crush bones effortlessly. His durability and healing factor shown in Blade 1998, 2, and the Midnight Suns Unlimited allow him to recover from deep stab wounds and bullet impact within minutes, something Buffy cannot match. Moreover, Blade has held his own against powerhouse opponents like Spider-Man and Dracula, proving that he can contend with foes far beyond human limits. While Buffy is an exceptional slayer, her greatest feats like lifting steel beams or fighting gods like Glory still leave her below Blade's consistent 10-ton strength and regenerative endurance. Simply put, Blade's vampire physiology and decades of combat experience in Marvel's superhuman ecosystem give him a decisive, measurable edge. So he wins, and Death and you guys are full of shit. So you asked me, okay, who do I got next time? That's definitely something. So I have I have watched like I do this thing sometimes where if I can't afford the game, I go on and I like watch people like MK Ice and Fire, other people do like full game tutorials. So I watched a little bit of Final Fantasy. I don't know too much about Clive, but I think in just I may be a little I think Dante's winning. I'm not gonna lie. But was that the most? Yeah, it's most I ever mean. Who says decisive? True, but no one's gonna feel like putting it through an AI checker. So I win. Yeah, I just feel like Dante's gonna win. I don't know. I may be a little biased, but that's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm feeling right now. Anyways, uh, thanks for joining, Krill. Go ahead and drop a sub if you can. If you can't, that's all right. Speaking about Devil May Cry, in a couple of months, I'm gonna do this thing. It's probably gonna be during winter, right before Christmas. I'm gonna do this thing where I marathon Devil May Cry 1 through 5, and I'm gonna do it and the stream's not gonna end until I finish Devil May Cry 1 through 5. I think each game takes about maybe 20 to 15 hours, so they're not large games. The only ones I've ever played are really Devil May Cry 4, to be honest. I only played the 1 0, to be honest. I haven't played the other ones, so I'm really excited. I went ahead and I bought Devil May Cry 1 through 5 because I had the money for it. So, in a couple of weeks, I don't know if it's going to be a couple of weeks because I do want to get monetization before I do it, so I can definitely get something out of it. Because when I tell you I'm marathoning, I'm gonna go into this room. I'm gonna put a bed in there. I'm gonna bring my desk in there. Put my computer on it. I'm going to sleep, eat, and like that stream will not end. Even if it takes me a week, that stream will not end until I finish Devil May Cry 1 through 5. So I'm definitely gonna make like a promo video or announce it at least a week in advance because I do want it to be like my biggest project ever. I'm gonna stock up on Red Bull, put a treadmill in there. This is gonna be my first marathon, so I'm gonna be really excited for it. So if you can drop a sub, I would definitely appreciate it. And I'll definitely see y'all in the next death battle video because I'm very excited for Dante versus Clive. I'm not gonna lie, they definitely could have done something better than Blade versus Buffy because I feel like there's a bunch of death battles that we haven't seen yet that everybody wants to see. Like, bro, imagine if they like took our vote and chose who we wanted to see for our death battles, bro. We could have Akaza from Demon Slayer versus like Gabi Maru from Hell's Paradise. We could have what's a good matchup? What's a really good matchup? Let me think. What's a matchup from Death Battle that we haven't seen yet? What's a really good matchup? I don't know, but I'll definitely tell you guys. I'll definitely think of something and write it down and tell you on the next reaction.